Atiku Abubakar rebukes federal government over plans to use 20 trillion naira pension funds for building critical infrastructure. This giddy that Buhari did until he left, he tried to put hand into pension fund. Now Tinubu has started the same thing again, to dip hand into pension fund, to pick the money of people that have worked over the years and are receiving their pension, collect it to go down and do infrastructure that will not produce profit to pay it back. I think Nigerians should not let this be. Nigerians have worked hard. Both the people in civil service, in private sector, everybody, people have worked hard, contributed to their pension. To even get their gratuity and pension is a problem. Now, why they're hoping that this will happen, now Tinubu want to dip hand and collect it. Now, they should not allow this to happen. It doesn't make sense. Atiku Abubakar, former vice president, has kicked against the federal government's plan to use Nigeria's pension fund to finance infrastructure projects. On May 14th, Wale Edun, the finance minister and coordinating minister of economy, said the government has unveiled a strategic plan to harness the 20 trillion pension fund and other locally available resources for infrastructure development in Nigeria. Where are you putting the money there? What are you going to do? Somebody is even saying that maybe that is where they want to source for money now to go and do coastal project, the coastal road from Lagos to Calabar. The coastal road that they have not met stakeholders, and some telecommunication companies are already crying that the road is passing where they have their fiber optic cables, so you don't go there and damage it. And that, in fact, that project is a dead project on arrival. So why can't you go and look for other means of generating fund? Rather than looking at projects that will take heavy capital projects that will not make profit, look for other ways to generate resources, create more jobs, create companies, do the policy that will promote individuals from running, to run their private business so I can get tax. You are here looking for how to collect pension fund. Hi, God will not forgive these people, I'm telling you. Pensioners that are already impoverished, they can't even get their money. If you see some pensioners, the way they are sitting around offices waiting for pension, you will cry. There is a cost to retire as a civil servant in Nigeria. Wow. Edun said the government is focused on tapping into domestic financial resources, particularly pension and life insurance funds, to leverage local funds for national growth. What do you mean? Life insurance funds. Now you go and scatter it. The banks, I hope banks like IBTC should not allow that kind of thing to happen. Don't release this money to government. People have worked. Money have been saved. Pay people their pension. You want to go and take it. So if you take it now, how will the banks paying the pension be able to pay the pension? My God. God help us all. In response, Atiku rebuked the idea in a post on X on Wednesday, May 15th. Abubakar said it is a misguided initiative that must be stopped immediately. My attention is drawn to a disturbing disclosure by the finance minister and coordinating minister of the economy, Wale Edun, as he addressed State House correspondents after the Federal Executive Council meeting at the Presidential Villa on Tuesday, 14th of May. There is, according to the minister, a move by the federal government to rev up economic growth by unlocking 20 trillion naira from the nation's pension fund and other funds to finance critical infrastructure projects across the country. And the minister has indicated that although the initiative is expected to attract foreign investors' interest over time, domestic savings are his immediate focus for now. They should not allow him. This would be very, very bad. He provided no useful details, such as the percentage of the fund to be mopped up from the pension fund. For example, even at that, this move must be halted immediately. It is a misguided initiative that could lead to disastrous consequences on the lives of Nigerians, hardworking men and women who toiled and saved and who now survive on their pension having retired from service. It is another attempt to perpetuate illegality by the federal government. The government must be cautioned to act strictly within the provisions of the Pension Reform Act of 2014, PRA 2014, along Pension Reform Act of 2014, okay, along with the revised regulation on investment of pension assets issued by the National Pension Commission, PENCOM. So in particular, the federal government must not act contrary to the provisions of the extant regulation on investment limits to wit. Pension funds can invest no more than 5% of total pension funds assets in infrastructure investment. I note that as of December 2023, total pension fund assets were approximately 18 trillion naira, of which 75% of these are investments in federal government securities. So there is no free pension fund that is more than 5% of the total value of the nation's pension fund for Mr. Edu to fiddle with. There are no easy ways for Mr. Edu to address the challenges of funding infrastructure development in Nigeria. He can't cut corners. He must introduce the necessary reforms to restore investors' confidence in the Nigerian economy and to leverage private resources, skills, and technology, Atiku Abubakar added. This is bad, though. This should not be allowed to happen. So all of this is what Atiku wrote in his Twitter handle, and we should not allow federal government to go and fiddle with people's destiny. That is bad. That is bad. Now in the comment section, let me see, people are already reacting. Some say, what happened to the subsidy removal money? Subsidy removal from fuel subsidy, yes, and others. They said they are going to mop up money for the subsidy removal and they will use it to do some other project. What is happening to that money? What about Abacha loots that have been recovered? Where is the money? What about the benefit of floating in Naira? Where is the excess money? Now, wow. Tinubu shared with state governors and left ordinary Nigerians in penury. The things Nigeria in Lagos. Okay, he thinks Nigeria is Lagos, Abi. Atiku understands Nigeria more than any living politician in Nigeria today. Oh, wow. This is daylight executive robbery. The money belongs to the contributors and not the government. That is it. So the contributors' consent is not sought, and it is obvious they will not be given any interest for using their money, whereas they will pay for the use of the proposed infrastructure. This government will not rest until it has scrapped every money or scraped every money, whatever source it can. Increased debt burden is not a concern to this government. And get APC party. Now, wow, this guy. Exactly. Yes, so poor civil servants contributed this money. There is God, though. Atiku, it be like, say, okay, Atiku, right, why will the government put their hands in pension money to build a house for who and who? Why not cut costs on their behalf wages? The English now, wow. English not your mate. Some people write, you just cry. I'm telling you. Putting hardworking Nigerians' future to be squandered. Why not cut excess spending in Senate, House of Assembly, or States, House of Reps, and the presidency? That Yahya Bello of Kogi could pay fees for his unborn children upfront till they graduate from the university in USD in Nigeria. I was in Sabo Yaba Market in Lagos today, and car park fees rose from 200 naira to 500 naira. Okay, where workers ages increased by 150% as the car park fees. I am a retiree of 9 years under the contributory pension scheme that the government wants to pounce on and delete. My pension has been same for the last 9 years. Now they want to delete the fund, so I will have no pension again. Abi, why are politicians getting richer and other Nigerians poorer by the day? This is wickedness and murder. This is bad. Chai, my innocent pension. that I have been waiting for has entered one chance. I'm telling you, Nigerians are too laid back. We talk too much and do not act. In other climes, with those words by the minister, okay, those who own the funds will immediately rise up, organize and institute a class action, yes, action suit against the government before it gets out of hand. On the other hand, I thought there was something like recall in the Constitution. Isn't there a brave lawyer who can stand up and save us from the hands of these people? And that is where people like Jennifer Eme would have been very useful if he was alive. And now, Femi Falana is the only person that is speaking. No other lawyer that is standing up for the masses. It is very bad for government to use our pension money for such a project. Pension money for people, old papa that are retired. Allow them to have their money. This is dangerous for the welfare of civil servants. I'm telling you, this is bad. This is bad. Terribly, very bad. So thank you for listening, and let's have a comment on this pension plan.